Thank you, choir. Our Unitarian Universalist faith is centered on love. And oftentimes we're talking about love as something expansive and shared in this world. Love that binds communities, love that calls us towards justice, love that reaches across differences. What does it mean to practice love towards ourselves? So often what we hear about self-love out in the world is really self-improvement. Be calmer, be kinder, be more healed, as if love was a reward for progress. In Andrea Gibson's poem, Andrew, that we read, they write that affirming oneself is not a destination, but a lifelong returning and becoming. Whoever I am, whoever I become, love me. These words remind me of the words we often hear at the beginning of our UU services. Wherever you are on your life's journey of becoming, you are welcome here. And we usually mean that as a promise of community, that we support each other with the freedom to seek and question and change and evolve. But I think part of the spiritual invitation is, can we offer that same welcome inward? Can we become the place inside ourselves where the whole truth is allowed to enter? This kind of self-love requires rigorous honesty, the kind that asks us to tell the truth about our histories, our feelings, our thoughts, and then stay with them. On my life's journey, I didn't really engage in the practice of rigorous honesty until I was about in my mid-40s, until I was so miserable internally that I was forced to try something new. This was 2012, and I was going through a divorce, co-parenting teenagers, starting a challenging new job, and trying to get sober. I was overwhelmed with feeling like a failure on all of these fronts, feeling deficient and unworthy, and I covered it up by doing positive things. I went out with fun people. I tried to be the best mom ever. I worked overtime to prove myself I could do the work. I showed up for community, and I took care of my health. But on the inside, I still felt trapped in that grief, in the shame, in the self-doubt. I kept trying to solve my difficulties through thinking and new strategies. But pain is not a puzzle. And I would have to learn that my discomfort is a place that I had to sit with, investigate, nurture, and love before I could be free. I had to look at my shadows and not turn away. And what I saw was my resistance to apologize. I saw my need for perfection, my tendency to shut down when conflict arises, my fear of failure, and my scolding, judging voices inside my head that did not stop. Andrea Gibson says in Boomerang, Valentine, of all the violence I've known in my life, I haven't not known violence the way I have spoken to myself. And that line really gets me, because it names something I think many of us carry around quietly, that sharpness of our own inner critic. It's the way we discipline ourselves with shame, as if tenderness was something we had to earn. Loving ourselves means confronting the ways we speak to ourselves with cruelty and bringing self-compassion and nurture to our human weaknesses. Accepting my full self as it is now, I consider a profound act of love and welcome. One that names my tenderness without apologizing for it, that refuses to exile any part of me for being inconvenient, unfinished, or afraid. It is the love that says, you belong here now. And this isn't easy work, but it's the necessary starting point in our ability to offer compassion and love as we go out into the world. I'd like to end with an invitation to practice. So if it feels comfortable, right now in your seat, if you want to close your eyes, if you wish, and try wrapping your arms around yourself. This is a simple, full body hug. There's nothing to fix, nothing to prove, just stay. And perhaps we quietly say, I am here. All of me belongs. I will not leave you. Love me. May you take this small practice and travel out with you into the world wherever you go. I'd like to invite Charla up now for a very special song. It's called Hold Down the Fort, composed by singer-songwriter Chris Purica. And Chris Purica was a friend of Andrea Gibson's. This is what Chris Purica has to say about the song. Andrea sent me some lyrics in 2020 that they wanted made into a song. The lyrics were about leaving this world and being grateful for the love they had. They hadn't yet been diagnosed with cancer. I wrote the song. For mostly superstitious reasons, the song did not get recorded and released until now. I timed it so that I wrapped up recording it when Andrea was in hospice. I was hoping they'd be able to hear it. I sent the song to their partner, Megan, and she got to hear Andrea's loving words again right at the moment that Andrea was no longer able to speak. And that felt like a beautiful gift for everyone, the actual perfect timing. They played the song a lot in the room while Andrea slept, and I'd like to believe that they did hear it.
Hold down the fort, 'cause I gotta go. Light on the water will carry me somehow. Don't say goodbye forever's not too far. The other side's just a stone's throw from love, and you've got a great arm. You've got a great arm. You held the pen to my chest each hour you were writing. You said every good poem is hell and heaven fighting, but there's no gates where I'm going. I think that's a good thing. I want nothing kept out if I'm losing my everything, 'cause I had it. I had it. I had it all. I had you. Prints on the window where you watched me come home. I hear your footsteps on every winter's first snow.